name is Belina. What's your name? 1, 2, 3. Lovely, thank you so much. Lovely. I'm so excited and honored to be here with you all tonight. 3 things that I like about this talk. One is if we're going to talk about the apocalypse, let's also add giggling in there, sort of balance it out. The other thing is if we're going to talk about the apocalypse, make it in English, make it in a different language from the rest of the entire conference. And the last thing is I like that it's right before the bar. So those are the 3 things that we're playing with. Okay, so the apocalypse, I just mean stuff on a big scale that goes wrong. And as Kira said, some of the things that I do is I work with organizations. So you could see me when I had long hair up there on the right. Sometimes I work with organizations on how do we improvise more effectively so that we can have better meetings around doing good stuff before the apocalypse or before where we're headed. And what they noticed is when we have very serious meetings about important things, what was happening was it was death by PowerPoint, which I promise this will not be, and people were disengaged and going on their phone. So what they did is the Red Cross Climate Center hired me and several of my colleagues to say, how can we help have really engaging meetings so that we can get really good stuff done, much better stuff than if we're doing this. So that's what I mean by the apocalypse. Now, I'm going to do a gentle poll with the beautiful people here. In terms of, and this is a confession, so this is coming from a lady who took 2 airplanes to be here, okay? I'm not like higher than thou. It's a gentle poll of in relation to the environment. So if we think of the ESGs and the SDGs and the Paris Climate Agreement, are you doing more than enough? So the stuff that your organization is doing means that the rest of us will be fine. Are you doing enough? Meaning you're doing everything that the system kind of allows and you're doing a good work? Or are you in the category of could be doing more? Yeah, and I'm definitely in the 3rd category. So if you're in the more than enough, go whoop, whoop, 1, 2, 3. No, okay. Lovely, this group has integrity. I appreciate that. If you're doing enough, if you feel like you're doing quite a good amount of stuff in terms of the environment, in terms of social change, give us a yee-haw! Yee-haw! Awesome, awesome. Okay, we have 2 people in the room. And could be doing more, yep, yep, yep. Beautiful. So, even for the enough people and the yep, yep, yep people, this is what this keynote is about. We're going to explore some stuff. And one of the things that I find what group are you in? One of the things that we're going to explore is a mindset which is really useful, which is serious does not equal solemn. Now, here's one of my issues and challenges is because if you on DeepL don't know what solemn means, it's going to say serious because there are some lacks with AI. By serious, I mean it's very important. And by solemn, I mean there's no joy allowed. Does that make sense? And the work that I do, and what we're going to play with in a moment, is how can we get serious stuff done and have a great time doing it? Because I think that is so important. So we have 3 culture hacks tonight. The first is how do we create safe spaces for ourselves and each other? The second is how do we focus on the beauty, the stuff that we want, instead of the stuff we don't want? And the third one is how to lead and follow awesomeness. Okay, so now, my fella was supposed to be here tonight. That's my fella. And unfortunately, he's ill. So I was going to make a whole point of like, thank you so much for taking great care of us, this tiny English-speaking zone. And unfortunately, he's at the hotel at the moment. He doesn't feel very well. But I wanted to share about his work because it's awesome. So he is a tropical ecologist, and he has the most beautiful sustainability project that I've ever seen. It is complex and generative and amazing. So he helps farmers who are in Central America who are stuck in the process of slash and burn farming to shift to organic agroforestry. So the forest you see there is not just a forest. In there is basic grains, cash crops, and investment crops for farmers. And what I love is there's harmony between his work and my work, because I feel like in terms of the environment, when we come from a place of fear, we basically have solutions that are kind of like slashing and burning, like geoengineering. Let's put a bunch of sulfuric acid up in the atmosphere and in a way that we can never ever stop once we start, right? That doesn't seem like a good plan. How do we shift to love, which is getting generative and beautiful solutions, getting beautiful solutions so that we're in a good state and in a complex and beautiful way. I also wanted to confess this evening because, so my fella is normally based in England, and I am based in Berlin, but I haven't been there long enough to learn German. It's just been a very short amount of time. I haven't been able to learn German. 9 years. So I'm tuning into, is there any sort of like, how can she live there 9 years and not speak enough German? So any of that, because here's what I notice when I am on the receiving end of that shame, it doesn't help me shift. And what I noticed is that thing that I'm sometimes on the receiving end of is the same exact thing that we're all on the receiving end from sustainability activists. And you know what has been around for the last 9 years as well? The Paris Climate Agreement. Yeah, and this lady is doing great, but the rest of us have more stuff to do. So there's something about shame which does not work. So we're going to play with some other tools to get us to shift. Now, with the shame, I've noticed that we're collectively treating the planet Earth like a box of salad. I don't know if you've had this situation where you go to the grocery store and you buy some plastic-sealed bio salad, and it looks fabulous, but life overtakes you. And so you can't get to it. And you leave it a week, and a week and a half, and 2 weeks, and it starts to come down in height in a worrying way. And when I have this situation, I usually go, you know what? I'm just going to wait a little longer. And so far, that has a 0 success rate of getting good salad. And I feel like we're treating the earth the same way. Like we know stuff is going wrong, but it's like, oh, maybe if we just leave it a little bit longer. So how do we get out of that? We get out of that by really connecting with what is here and bringing joy and love and humor to it. That's my invitation. So the first hack of this evening is, how do we create safe space? And this is where I invite us to, can we turn on the house lights, please? Can we turn on the house lights? Lovely house lights, oh my God, there's people here, wait. So, can I also have, please, a volunteer? Can I have a brave volunteer to join me right here to do something? Who would least like to come up here? Awesome, come on up. Lovely lady in the pink pants. Awesome, round of applause, right? Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. What's your name? Hi.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, Alice, nice to meet you. I'm Belina. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. In a moment, actually, right now, could you all stand up and find a person that you'd like to do something with for about 5 minutes? And we'll show you what that is in a second. Please stand up and be in an obvious pair. So stand in an obvious pair. We're an obvious pair. Awesome. I'm going to bring this so they can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, does everybody have a lovely partner that they're going to be with for just 5 minutes? Yes, okay, here's what we're going to do. Okay, in a moment, what we're going to do is we're going to look at each other. Wait, you're smooching over there. Smooching. We're going to look at each other, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alice, you're doing brilliantly. Go. Thank you, Alice. Just a few minutes, yeah. Okay, right. Nice. So, we're starting gently. We're starting gently. Notice if in your head you were kind of like, am I doing it right? I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. So now, we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to take great care of each other. So if Alice is looking a little freaked out, I'm going to count very steadily. And if she's looking bored, I'm going to be playing with the rhythm and speed, but we're still going to be counting 1, 2, 3. So now, instead of being disconnected and up in our head, we're going to notice how our partner's doing and take good care of them. Is that clear? Count 1, 2, 3, off you go. 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Awesome, you're doing a good job. Okay, I think you guys got this. So, this is co-creation with the training wheels on, yeah? So here's what we're gonna do. Now, instead of saying 1, you clap, but you still say 2, and you still say 3. So it's gonna look like this.
2,
3, 2.
3.
Yes, go. Okay. Now, give us a wave if either you or your partner hesitated or messed up at some point. Give us a wave. Yes, okay, good. Here's what we're going to do with that. If either of you hesitate or mess up, both of you go, woohoo, and start over again. It's very important that both of you commit to the woohoo, because there's nothing more depressing than one of you committing to the woohoo and the other one not. Okay, so can we do a sound check with everybody, a woohoo, on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! Awesome. Okay, so clap 2, 3, clap 2, 3. If you mess up, woohoo, and keep going. Go.
So we took 2.
3. 2.
3.
3. 2. Woohoo!
Yeah, good job.
2. 3. 2. Awesome, awesome. Awesome. I hear a bunch of people who love messing up. Lovely. Okay, we're going to continue our process. We're still creating 1, 2, 3 in a very serious way. But we're changing how we do it slowly. So 1 is now. Thank you. 2 is now. But and we still say 3. So it's going to look like this. 3.
3.
3.
3.
And if we mess up, woohoo, go. Nice, thank you so much. No, we're not done. Almost done. Thank you.
Improvisation is so powerful, I think. So
Thank you so much for... Last round. Last round. Are you ready for the last round? Okay, yes, of course. Yes, awesome. Okay, so 1 is... Oh, that was more together this time, nice. 2 is... This time 3 is... But if you mess up, woohoo, yeah? Go. Nice. Fabulous. Thank you very much. very much. Thank you, Alice. Awesome, you can sit down. So improvisation is a technology that I think is a secret love technology, because it is designed for people who are originally, so improv theater was designed for people who are on stage, afraid and disconnected up in their head. And it's a technology to help us be connected and present and generous. And for me, this is about creating safe space, so the woohoo helps us to try new things, right? If your partner had said, damn it, when you had messed up, that would have stopped any innovation. So how do we create really safe spaces where it's safe to try something new? Because now is the time to try new stuff. Yeah? Okay, wait, coming over here at the thing. Thank you for engaging with that. Okay, humor, the beauty. One of the things that I notice also in the sustainability space, when we talk, we too often focus so much on what we don't want that our conversation gets confusing and we can't even imagine what is beautiful anymore. Does that make sense? So we need, and this is not about toxic positivity, this is about tuning into something that is genuinely beautiful and helping us imagine better. So, with this, I think with the group, okay, so here's what, I need another volunteer. So thank you, Alice. Is there anybody else who can volunteer? And here's what I'm going to be asking you for. I want you to all think about something that genuinely pisses you off. Genuinely irritates you a lot. So what could a topic be that you could do a grumpy monologue for an entire minute on? And it might be being stuck in traffic, it might be people who fly on airplanes, it might be whatever it is. So think about something that you can complain about with energy for an entire minute. Does everybody have something? Kira, do you have anything that you could complain about for an entire minute on? Actually, I'm not sure. Okay, awesome. So here, actually, I'm just going to check in, because to do this and to create a safe space for all the lovely fellas that are in the audience as well, we just, so on a scale of 1 is you don't really care, and 5 is you'd like to rip somebody's head off, pick a 4. Is this a 4 versus a 5? Okay, awesome.
A 4.
Okay, so in a moment, Kira is going to give us a beautiful rant for an entire minute. And our job, a rant is an angry monologue, grumpy monologue, right? And normally when somebody comes to us and is angry, we go either into fight or flight. But this time we're just going to be listening. So I'm gonna time you. Stoke up your grump. You have a mic.
I still have a mic if it's on. Hello?
We can also give you this one.
That's fine.
Okay, awesome. All right. So
still get paid. That's fine. I can stay here.
Okay. So I'm going to say on your mark, it's like go, and then we'll time you for a minute of just be specific about this thing that irritates you. Yeah. On your mark, get set, go.
Okay. So I really don't get it. It's like I'm 38 right now, and it's like 38 years where I always have to fight every day when I wake up that I feel that I'm not the same as everybody else, even though I'm a very blonde, blue-eyed girl from the middle of Europe, which means that I'm super privileged at this point. So I didn't get raised up like in the patriarchal system. There was like mom and grandmother, but now like in the business context, I'm super angry. I'm super angry with Wirtschaftskammern. I'm super angry with a lot of apartments and departments, because I think we've been to a school, an international school, and there we learned that we're like diversity is king or queen at this moment, and so I don't feel it. I don't get the point of like excluding people, and especially not women. So it's 52% wake up everybody. So we're not only reproduction centers, we are also superhuman beings that we need in this world.
Love it. You have 2 more seconds. Oh,
2
no,
more seconds.
We got
sorry.
Round of applause for Kira. Yes.
Fuck patriarchy. That's 5 out of 4.
Hidden T-shirt or something like that. Fabulous. Okay, thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
So our job as her big partner is to say, based on what you said, here's the beautiful thing we think you care about and want in the world. So we're not joining her problem like, fuck the patriarchy. We're not joining it, and we're not fixing the problem. But we're saying, based on what you said, here's the beautiful thing we think you care about and want. And one of them would just be like ease and joy and equality in our systems, is something that I heard of. Can you hear, what other things do you think might be here? And shout it, and then I'll say it into the mic. What other things do you think might be here that are beautiful that Kira could care about? Equality, yeah. What else? Fairness, yes. And that's it. No.
Respect.
And respect, beautiful.
Respect.
Awesome. So that's what we're on a treasure hunt for, okay? Thank you so much. You get to
I'm
go
done.
house classes? Yep. There is something really powerful when we focus on the beauty, what we want. It takes the heat out of the fire and just leaves the light. And if we can do that in our humor around sustainability, that can take us into a very powerful place. And I'll give you an example. This lady is named Becca. She's the one on the left. Becca, she works for a sustainable festival called the Shambhala Festival in Bristol. And I worked with her and her group to do a loving form of stand-up comedy. And she said this beautiful thing. She said that she's recently stopped eating beef. She's made the decision to stop eating beef. And she said most people assume that it's because of, like the cruelty in the system and also how water and land intensive it is to raise cattle. And she said, actually, it's because on Twitter, she read that cows have best friends. I think that's such a beautiful reason to think about, do I need the steak or not? It's a very different thing. And because she gives us light at the end, it means the first 2 things that are real, we can process them. Does that make sense? So, this picture is blurry, and it's blurry because I was laughing when I took the picture. Climate change, economic collapse, be a contributor, not a victim. And I thought, there's going to be 2 very different types of people at this meeting. Oil barons and climate activists all together. Sometimes when we focus so much on what we don't want, we mess up our communication and end up promoting it. So that's another reason to share the beauty. That's me with long hair over there. The type of humor we're looking for, because some of it is mean, some of it is like on the, sorry, I'm dyslexic, so I keep having to check back. The stuff that is harmful, the type of humor that is harmful, that is mean, is usually coming from a place of fear. And the stuff that is benign, that builds people up, that when I teach, it's I love myself, I love the audience, the system is silly, here's what would be awesome. That stuff on the left, that's coming from a place of love. And when we do humor like that, people can remember it for years. So I worked with Becca. Becca was the last show that we had before the lockdown, and I still remember lines from her set 4 years later. So there's something really powerful about humor. And the last one is love. And this is where we have one more activity for you guys, if you are up for it. And I need one more volunteer, and the house lights to be up, please. House lights to be up, thank you very much. Who is roughly my height? Can I borrow somebody who is roughly my height? What is my exact height by the millimeter? I don't know. It's 5'4". Yeah, lovely. Please come up. Oh, that's like a good section for volunteers. Thank you very much. Lovely. Fabulous. Hello. My name's Belina. What's yours?
Melly.
Melly, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay. So, our last activity, it's again a pair activity. So if you'd like to work with somebody new, look in the audience of who you'd like to work with. If you'd like to work with the same person, you're welcome to. In a moment, we're going to create a mirror image of each other. And don't do the talking, because I'm just explaining at the same time. But so if I'm leading, and I go like this, and I'm going to take good care of Melly. Yes, Melly is your name? Yes.
Right.
And I might play like this, and then at some point, me as the facilitator, Belina, I might say switch leader. So now I'm going to follow what Melly does right from where we are. Nice. Oh, I can't see what your hand is doing now. That's a yellow thing. Yeah, no, keep going. Okay, and then I'll say switch leader again, so wherever we are, I'm going to start. Awesome. So we're going to, thank you so much, Billy. Hang on for 1 second. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a mirror image. Please, everybody stand up. Now, here's the thing. If you know, for example, that your knees cannot do a certain thing, don't do that thing, okay? We're not insured for you to hurt yourself. But and if you're leading, we want you to take, again, like the 1, 2, 3, good care of your partner. Take good care. So if you're bending down and they're like, not going to happen, adjust yourself so that you can stay with each other. Okay, so let's have the person with the longer hair. I think that's going to be you. I have the person with the longer hair start with the leading. And can we please have a little music? Can we please have a little music? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do we have a little music ready? Okay, lovely. Okay, so please create a mirror image of each other. We can do this later. Okay. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay. Switch leader. Now you're, yeah. Nice. Switch leader. I need to see what they're doing. That's why I'm going over here. Lovely. Switch leader. Switch leader, switch leader, switch leader, switch leader, switch leader. Right. Slow right down and see if you can co-create the movement. Keep the music going. See if you can co-create the movement. So we cannot tell who is leading and who is following. I'm sorry, it's hard to do this at the same time. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Belly. How do we get to a space where we can be that attuned to each other and to the earth? And it needs to be based in love, yeah? So, I have 19 seconds, 18 seconds, safe spaces. This is 1, 2, 3, woohoo. It's okay to make mistakes, but we need to move forward. We need to change how we do things. And how do we do that? How do we focus on the beauty? So it's not what makes the fabulous Kira grumpy, it's the beautiful thing underneath that she wants. How do we articulate the beautiful things that we want? And how do we lead and follow awesomeness? So, if your partner or your organization, somebody in your organization or somebody in somebody else's organization does a beautiful move in terms of the environment or social issues, follow them. If you're doing a beautiful move, see how you can be obvious so others can follow you. Whoops, hang on. I have no more slides. the earth. Yes, I have. Okay. Thank you. The earth laughs and flowers. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being on earth. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you, everybody. Mwah.